Hi friends, I'm Unique. This video is going to be a mishmash of my thoughts on the past year and also an update to you guys on what I want to do with the channel from here on out. I really haven't been uploading as many videos this year as I used to due to how much time having a full-time job takes. Multiple times, I've already mentioned whenever I play live service games on stream how challenging it is trying to balance all the games I play. Not to mention, I didn't actually move out this year and I spend a significant amount of time helping my family as they're getting older, my parents. I really have to put editing on the wayside and even got help from my friend Tifa to highlight and export my own VODs. Making content and being passionate about a games with a story to tell has always been the goal for my channel, but due to time constraints, all I've been mustering up the energy to do outside of my job is stream. Not to mention, I want to spend time off stream hanging out with my friends, but y'all know the deal. Everyone's so busy nowadays with their own goals and to pursue, and the most I can just do is just cheer on my friends as they pursue their goals from a distance. Most of my friends have gotten super busy this year, and it kind of it affected me a bit for the worst. I admit everyone has their own lives to get to, but I just can't help but be worried that friends I used to hang out with all the time, who were super happy to have me around, just have some negative thoughts about me sometimes. So many times this year, those thoughts just kept coming in, and I've only disclosed these type of concerns to super close contacts or others who I feel like they wouldn't judge me very hard. Back in November, I actually just needed a break. There was a week where I wasn't streaming any solo content at all. Between these types of thoughts and being super stressed out trying to clean up messes at work before the year-end code freeze, not to mention a few things going on with my parents' health, I kind of just crashed really. Thankfully, I'm doing a bit better with my work situation and I'm trying to do better on handling my own thoughts as well. This next year is looking like my peers will be focusing on self improvement, and the best thing I can do is to be supportive of them like I've always been and remind my friends I've got their back no matter where they go. Of course, I really need to take a hard look at where I want to go with my own life too, right? My job has its own challenges, but I've been able to hang on to this role with a good level of stability, meaning I can focus on looking more ahead than the now, the present. While I do admit I'm looking at every once in a while for new job opportunities, this is the most stable I felt holding a job like ever. Thanks to that, I've had plenty of chances to pursue my passions while being able to fund myself. Content here on the channel I want to improve on so bad. Looking at the stats, this is the most stagnant my channel has been since launch. I've started it back in 2020. Whether you're looking at content being published by me or engagement in general, however, I really want to take a hard look at the games I'm playing on stream. A simple question needs to be asked. Why am I making content about these games, and do they align with my channel brand? For the live service games I regularly play on stream, I can confidently say they are RPGs, which is what we do usually play here. To answer the first part of this simple question, though, I really need to take a look at the live service games that have pretty much taken a deep grip on the channel for the past 2 years. So, what is going on with Final Fantasy XIV? This game I've been super passionate about ever since I started playing in August 2020. For all of the game's expansion and Walker, I covered like 90% of the game's story content, made a bunch of videos on those in long form content, and even organized everything with the name of the quest in the description for, SEO purposes. And I really had a fun time doing those and my reactions, and it was all super interesting story content to me anyway. I also posted highlight videos and YouTube shorts on PvP games. I even posted, well, I still post rating content every once in a while. From late 2021, when I was streaming my playthrough of Endwalker's main scenario back when the expansion launched, all the way to summer 2024, when the next expansion, Dawn Trail, launched, I felt such a level of passion for the game from my friends that I can confidently say was a highlight of my time as a gamer. Nothing brings me as much joy playing this game as playing it with my friends. This second half of the year, though, I feel like the passion is just more muted. Maybe it has to do with my friends being caught up in IRL. Maybe it has to do with the story that released with this game's launch having such a mixed reception, along with very little casual content being out. Or maybe this is just a natural thing that happens as time passes. But the community I had around me is just more stifled or just less present in general. While I could go more into all of that, it will align with plenty of discourse that's already been talked about with Final Fantasy XIV in and out for so many years now. I just want to focus on why I'm making Final Fantasy XIV content and why I'm streaming the game still. I want content for this game now to have some type of reach outside of the main community for this game and to catch the interest of others so they can come back and check out this MMO too. Sure, doing content on the story is one thing, but based on both my enjoyment of making a certain type of video and engagement on those videos, I really think making more out of cutscene gameplay oriented content in the future is where I want to go. Discussion videos on the games I could make every once in a while, I might, but with Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail being focused on finding fun in the gameplay of PvP and PvE content outside of the main scenario, out of story content, trying to find fun outside of sitting in the cutscenes and all that. I've come to the conclusion that I want to go in a similar direction with my content for this game. Recently, a content creator I looked up to here in Final Fantasy XIV, her name is Stall, announced she's taking a step back from streaming, dedicating so much content creation to the game. I still haven't gotten quite to that state with Final Fantasy XIV. I do admit, though, it's super challenging trying to be engaging with this game. I do have my fun, but is everybody ever, am I effectively showing off how much fun I'm having with this game, really? I'm hoping by dedicating my energy to shorter form content, it'll allow me to post more variety of content on other games that so I can keep things fresh here, right? That's what we're about here is variety. When I finished multiple quest lines in Endwalker, I mentioned in those finale videos that I wouldn't be covering those type of quest lines again in the next expansion. Story content, especially the main scenario, is a one-time experience, but there's so much more to this game than just the main scenario. The actual gameplay that makes this game an actual video game. For months now, I've had footage of my playthrough of the Dawn Trail main scenario quest sitting on my SSD just waiting for me to edit. But I haven't even been motivated to even look at those recordings like I was with Endwalker. Where I actually want to put footage on and put focus on for Final Fantasy XIV content from me is gameplay moments where I'm actually having fun. The videos in this channel for Final Fantasy XIV that I look back on the most fondly now are videos and shorts highlighting fun gameplay moments while raiding or doing PvP. So from now on, I won't be posting Final Fantasy XIV content or reaction type content as frequently on this channel as I used to. Maybe a trailer reaction? Maybe? I don't know. Here on out, I will be taking a really hard look at my moments during Prague or when I'm playing PvP with friends and making short, fun content from there. One day, I really want to see comments from people who don't play this game showing interest. That's when I feel like I will actually have reached my goal of making content, sharing my passion for games. Anyway, there's other games on this channel I've regularly made videos for as well. Where is Genshin? Honkai Star Rail? Wuthering Waves? All of these games have much more frequent updates than Final Fantasy XIV with significant story content released every 6 weeks in all three of those games. And I love the story for all. Well, mostly. To be honest, though, it takes a lot of time to get into the quest of these games. There's so many more similar games being released now that it's been a few years since Genshin first released. I'm looking at Infinity Nikki that just released this week, or even Project Mugen, which is coming up too. Just how many of these games am I going to join the hype train for, and for how long? I like the gacha games I'm playing right now, and there's so much interest for these games. Just not as much as before, like with Genshin. I'm finding challenges with how I want to go about content creation for these games now. My Genshin Impact videos, way back in the day, I'm talking about late Inazuma, early Sumeru did so much better, that had much better reach than content I released recently during the Fontaine and Natlan arcs. It could be that I'm doing more variety now and that's hurting me in the magical YouTube formula, or it could also just be mixed reception on Genshin's recent story that's causing this change. I looked to my friend Jana over on TikTok, whose thoughts on the game recently I totally can respect. I think when it comes to the story gacha games I'm playing, I'm going to be changing up how I post content here on the channel for those games. While I will be dual streaming playthroughs of the story content that releases with those games, both on Twitch and YouTube, so that I don't have to take time to export and prepare the video for publishing. I just won't be doing those streams immediately or at all. I've decided to focus on short form videos for everything. I'm friends with creators of these games who like to condense full playthroughs of story content for these gacha games into one video. Ultimately, the best use of my time trying to share my passion for these games is to highlight fun moments of my playthroughs in YouTube shorts. To make things clear, I still really like Genshin, Star Rail, and Wuthering Waves, but there's only so many hours in the day. This balancing act has gotten too hard. So I will be flexible on when I actually play these games on stream. I'm not saying I'm fully quitting anything, but I will be much more infrequent on how I'm checking story updates for these games. I know Star Rail and Wuthering Waves are getting an expansion very soon. I'm talking like more into next year, like what happens once those expansions have been released for a while and we're all just kind of here. I would like to leave myself free for other gacha games in the future to possibly make short form content for those games I play on stream too. But end of the day, I'm just seeing myself focusing whenever I'm motivated to check out new story content on stream, whether it's the week of the patch or a couple months later because I'm busy playing other games. So, where does that leave me? Oh, how am I overall handling videos from here on out? I also like playing other games besides these live service ones. I just finished a Soul Link playthrough of Pokemon Black and White with my best friend Tifa Minto, and eventually would like to make a Nuzlocke Death's highlight video for that. But what about all the other games in my backlog? I have Dragon Quest XI, Metaphor Refantazio, and Xenosaga sitting in the backlog right now, and some other short indie games I just bought off a Steam sale too. And there's so many JRPGs on the way next year too. Slowly but surely, I want to move my focus back from live service games to these. With making content for live service games, you can be confident that community interest will always be actively there. But nowadays, it's gotten very difficult for me to keep up with it all. I really just want to focus on what I'm feeling passionate about at the moment. By the end of next year, I'm looking to focus on making a slightly bigger part of my streaming schedule focused on single player games again. These live service games have a hype for constantly releasing content, but keeping up can be really, really exhausting with a full-time job. I want to create content and go through games at my own pace, pick up and drop whatever I want. If I'm a couple of months late coming back to Genshin or Honkai Star Rail because I'm playing Metaphor Refantazio finally on stream, then that is a choice I will make. I need to commit myself to editing this content too, at least one night of the week, or maybe every other week, I don't know. I will be spending some time either script writing for a video or editing shorts. If I'm feeling up to it, maybe I'll just stream myself editing and talk and just chatting nonsense for a tiny bit. First things first though, starting next week, I will have so many videos from the past few months being posted on a daily basis as a scheduled to be published. Thanks to Tifa, a lot of my playthroughs are exported to the YouTube channel for this year, and I'm hoping to finally have those wrapped up before 2025. Once I'm caught up with those, I will be posting more shorts on this channel as a start to a new Sincerely Unique brand in 2025. I hope to share my passions for games again and focus super short content that brings interest, smiles, and laughs. Final Fantasy XIV will be there, just in shorter bits of content in the gacha games. I have decided to slow down significantly on just to checking out story content when I'm feeling like, but they won't be completely forgotten. I want to have more moments like the start of my Twitch channel, where I was just having fun checking out the stories a variety of games have to tell. Change can be very good, and after ruminating on what I want to do for myself and my passions, I decided this is the best course for me. I hope to have y'all's support along the way and wish everyone the best. I wish for you not only good self-improvement, but most importantly to me, I wish for you a good environment of friends who show they care for you, who sympathize with you, and will actually be there for you because they want to. Have a safe holiday and a good next year. Bye.